So the session is titled as LaTeX Best Practices for a Beginner. So we will see the tool from a beginner point of view. Mostly practical sides will be discussed. So I hope you got a mail regarding creating an account in Overleaf so that you can try out this along with me. So if you haven't created an account in Overleaf, try to create one. So after these initial discussions, so the first and foremost important thing is the tool is known as LaTeX. It should be pronounced as LaTeX, even though it is written as LaTeX, LaTeX. So we will see how it should be pronounced. So this is the overview of the presentation. We'll start from introduction. Then we see how to create a simple document. Then we see the concept of classes and packages, basic commands, how to create reports, presentations, and how to typeset a research document. Then what all resources are available in the internet that you will see to the end. So TeX is a digital typesetting system designed by Donald Knuth in 1978. I think most of you are familiar with Knuth. He is popularly known as father of analysis of algorithms. He has got immense contribution in the field of computer science. So, in fact, he designed the system for writing one of the most famous book of of him called The Art of Computer Programming. So at that time, it was very difficult to typeset a book in a digital medium. So he thought of developing a tool for writing it. So first TeX came into being, and after that, using TeX, he wrote The Art of Computer Programming. It has got several volumes. It is considered as the Bible in computer science. So TeX or TeX was introduced in 1978 by Knuth. LaTeX is an extension of TeX. TeX is improved by certain set of people. Most famous of them was a computer scientist known as Leslie Lambert. And he improved it and gave it the name LaTeX. The LA is from the first part of his name, Lambert, LA. And it is now known as LaTeX and written as LaTeX. The correct way of writing is like this. L is lowered and A is bit upper, then T, then E is lowered, then X. So this is how to write LaTeX in the correct form. And TeX is written like this. So it is developed in 1985 by Leslie Lambert, the computer scientist. It is considered to be the de facto standard for scientific and technical documents. So the advantage is it produces a high quality output and it can handle complex documents easily. It has got templates for creating articles, reports, presentation, books, whatever it is. So if you have something that can be typeset on a paper, then you can do it on LaTeX, using LaTeX. And it is a free software and it is available on most of the most common operating system, Windows, Linux, Mac, etc. And it is completely free. So coming to the word TeX, the word TeX comes from the Greek letters T from the Greek letter tau, E from epsilon, and X from chi. So it is pronounced as tech. That is why it is pronounced as tech, even though it is written as TEX in English. So if the lowering of E is not allowed in the typesetted medium, you can write it as TEX, capital T, small e, and capital X. And in the case of LaTeX, capital L, capital T, and capital X. That is the correct way of writing LaTeX and tech. And it should be pronounced as LaTeX and tech. The default font used is one called computer mode, and it itself was developed using another programming language called Metafont. So this is what Nuth has to say about tech. So the idea is, if you want to develop only a small document, there is no use of having this tech. But if you are developing a highly complex document, maybe some research paper with lots of mathematical notations, then tech will be helpful. So that is also the view of Nuth. So this is usually seen in internet regarding the comparing this LaTeX and Microsoft Word. So the idea is in the x-axis you can see that document complexity and size, and in the y-axis you can see effort and the time consumption. So if the document complexity is small and the size is small, you can see that effort and time consumption is very less for Microsoft Word. So, but if the document complexity and size increases, you can see that LaTeX is much better. In fact, you can see that after a part, it is almost impossible to use Word to handle big documents. So we see how to create a simple document. So the file extension for a tech document is TEX. So if your document is sample.tech, if your document name is sample, you should give the extension as TEX. Then you will be giving, after writing the code, you will be writing, even though you are developing a document, you will be writing it something like a code, like an HTML code. It is almost similar to a markup language. So the only difference is that if you are comparing this with Microsoft Word, in the case of Microsoft Word, the idea is what you see is what you get. നമ്മൾ എന്താണോ ടൈപ്പ് ചെയ്യുന്നത് അതാണ് നമുക്ക് ഔട്ട്പുട്ട് ആയിട്ട് കിട്ടുന്നത് വേർഡിലൊക്കെ. ബട്ട് ഇൻ ദ കേസ് ഓഫ് ടെക് ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് നോട്ട് ലൈക്ക് വാട്ട് യു സീ ഈസ് വാട്ട് യു ഗെറ്റ്. അപ്പൊ നമ്മൾ മാർക്കപ്പ് ലാംഗ്വേജിൽ എന്താണ് സെറ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്നത് അതിനെ പ്രോസസ് ചെയ്തിട്ട് ഔട്ട്പുട്ട് എടുക്കുകയാണ് ചെയ്യുന്നത് ഇൻ ദ കേസ് ഓഫ് ടെക്, ഇഫ് യു ആർ യൂസിങ് എ ടെക് പ്രോഗ്രാം. So if you are after typesetting the document using this markup syntax, it is fed to a tex program, and tex program will give you the output. You will be calling the program by the name tex engine, and input tex file is given to this tex engine, and it will give you the output as PDF file. Usually will be having a PDF file. It can also generate some other format like PS, DVI, etc. That depends on the type of the output you want. This is a complex process. The thing done by the tex engine is a complex process. For converting this tex file, it converts this tex file to some intermediate forms, and from this it converts to the documents in the format of PDF, DVI, PS, etc. So tex has got its own representation called DVA, device independent file. And on most of the cases, this DVA file will be converted to PDF and most other common format. Anyway, for the user, it is not that much important. Anyway, that is what happens if you are converting a text file to some PDF.